Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. Look here, y'all. There are very few, if any, times in prison where the inmates, y'all know I don't like using that term, but I got to use it for the sake of the show, where inmates and the police agree on something. Very few, if any. I'm talking about agree down the line. There's just one situation I want to tell y'all about where the police agreed and didn't intervene with what was going on one day at the penitentiary. This story is about this young man that wanted to mess with the tea. I didn't say spill the tea, I said mess with the tea. And I hope that you understand what I'm saying when you finish listening to this episode, because this is one of those episodes that I hope that you learn to watch what you drink. Watch what you drink, especially if you're in the penitentiary. Watch what you're drinking, y'all. Because this is one of these things where you're going to be like, oh, Lord, did they do that? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this show, y'all. Look here, y'all. I was at this other penitentiary, right, where, at this time I worked in the chow hall, okay? I worked in the chow hall. And while I was working in the chow hall, time in the chow hall, there's a lot of downtime when you work in the chow hall, right? Because you finish up whatever your job is, and then you have to wait until the next time that a meal is going to be served. So from the time that you serve lunch to the afternoon, you got almost 3-4 hours of just nothing to do. After you've cleaned up your area, finished doing what you're doing and prepped it, getting ready for the next meal, the last meal of the day, you're just sitting and waiting. So what a lot of us used to do is that this particular facility where I was at, you had the staff side. This is the side where the people, the employees of the institution, this is where they sit and ate their meals. And then you had the inmate side. That's the side where, the inmates ate and all this and that, right? So once the chow hall was prepped and prepared, they didn't really want a lot of us sitting on the inmate side. So what we used to do, we used to go to the staff side and get the officer to let us in, go to the staff side so we can just, put our head down, relax, or play some cards or whatever the case may be, and just let the time pass until it was time for us to go back to work. No biggie, right? No biggie. So this particular day, look here, check this out. We're all on the inmate side, finishing up what it is that we have to do. And now it's time for us to go. We're trying to get the officer to let us go on the staff side so we can chill. We're going to play some spades and chill. You feel me? That's what we do. We got 2-3 hours of nothing to do. We're not just going to keep walking around in a circle up in here, right? Because they really get to tripping about that. They see you walking around. They want you to put a mop and broom in your hand. We done already swept and mopped the floor 5 times. It ain't nothing else on the floor. So now we finna go to the other side and chill. So we catch the corporal and say, Corporal, let us in on the other side. It's about 5 or 6 of us. And keep in mind, listen to me, y'all. Everybody is gang related. Everybody. So it's going to get wild. It's going to get wild. So we going through the door. The corporal, he opens the door. When he opens the door, he's really not paying attention what's in front of him, but the dude right behind him, he on blood, right? He on blood. You feel me? Big dude, got dreads and all this and that. Y'all know who it is. Some of y'all do out there anyway, listen to the show. We ain't gonna call the name, right? But I mess with him. But anyway, this is what he do. He said, man, what you doing? And then strike out. And when he strike out, we all strike out behind him. We run right up in the chow. He looking and he see dude, this is dude. Now let me explain something to you. This dude here, he was assigned to make the tea every day for the inmate side and the staff side. But he had these two big old coolers, right? Well, they're not coolers, but have you ever been in a restaurant where you can go serve yourself and you can see the drink in it's like a fish tank type of thing. You can see the drink in it, then you put your cup against this thing and the liquid falls down. That's what they had at this particular facility, right? So, but on the back of each one of them, they had a piece of tape that said inmate side and then staff side. So that when they took those out after every meal and washed them, they would know which side they go back on. You feel what I'm saying? Not that they meant anything. It's just that they wanted to make sure that they put them back on both sides in the right way after they were clean. So anyway, look here. When Blood strike out running, then this dude, like I said, he's making the tee. When Blood strike out running, we look up. Let me tell y'all something. I wish that I had a visual to show y'all, but I'm gonna describe it as best I can. This dude is up on the counter. He got one leg up on the counter, and he got his other leg cocked up, and he got his privates. I'm saying privates now, y'all, because I gotta watch it. YouTube ain't playing about that money. You know what I'm saying? It would come to these explicit contents, you know what I'm saying, in these episodes that I'm doing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So anyway, he got his privates down in the tee, and he pissing. So when Blood reach out and grab him and pull him, he trying to, hold up, man, hold up. He falls down and he grabbed the tee, spilled tea all over him. Spilled the tea all over him and all over Blood. Now, we right behind him. I'm talking about we kicking him. And he down on the ground. We kicking him as hard as we can, beating him up, putting it on him, right? He screaming and hollering, ah! Everybody slipping and falling in the tee, beating him up. We look around, right, because we done lost our minds. You feel what I'm saying? Because the police right there. Police is back at the door. He ain't hit the radio or nothing. He ain't called for no code or nothing. Get what he say? Get his nasty ass. Oh, we got the green light. Bipping it. On it. Now, why would you say that you think we would be on him like that? What would you say to that? We were on him because he pissing in tea that we drink. So now everybody thinking, how long you been doing this? So we smacking him around. Pow! Boy, when you do this, when the last time you did this? Pow! Pow, pow, pow. He said, no, it ain't like that, it ain't like that. I just did a couple of times before. Wait a minute. I done drunk that tea. When did you do it? When did you do it? He said he did it on the weekend. I said, whew. I didn't work that weekend. I ain't working. But a couple of the brothers in there did. Look here, man. When I say to you, one of them brothers that had worked in there that weekend, I'm talking about this brother working out on that ball for he lifting about 400 pounds easy after rack on the bench press. He grabbing by and he choking him so hard with his hands. I'm talking about his burn, he choking. He said, man, I'm going to kill you, man. You got me drinking pit. He choking it. Police said, hold up, wait a minute, you going to kill him. Man, look here. This is a Crip dude, right? Cuz look back at him. Man, you need to stay out of this, man. He choking him. About that time, the police, he can't let us kill him. So he hit the code. Police come from everywhere. In the kitchen, outside the kitchen, they all run up in there. Get on the wall. We all get on the wall. Get on your knees. We down on our knees on the wall, facing the wall. Hands behind your back. I can't handle all that. My knees hurting. So I'm looking at the wall and I'm sitting here. By now, I done start laughing because Cuz really hot. Cuz hot. He right next to me to my left. He said, man, I'm going to kill dude. I said, man. I said, hold up, Cuz. You need to be quiet right now. You don't be saying it out loud, man. He said, man, I'm going to kill dude, man. He said, I drunk some tea this weekend. I said, man, it might not have been the right one. You know what I'm saying? There's two of those things over there, right? So now they got him sitting on the bench. We on our knees facing the wall with our hand behind our back. They got him sitting on one of the benches at the table so the nurses can see about him. Now, you don't need to be caring about what he got going on. Well, he was leaking a little bit, though, because we done kicked his brains out. So the nurses over there seeing to him, right? So look here. Cuz said, hey, soon as they tell us that we can get up, we're going to rush him. I said, I ain't finna rush it. You can rush it. He said, hold on, folks. You can't do it like that. So now he say something to the right of him, to Blood. And Blood like, yeah, we're going to get it. We're going to get it. So now he tell me to say something to the brother to the right of me. So I tell bro, I said, man, they talking about getting dude again. I said, man, we ain't getting in there. We done. We done. He was like, yeah, I already know, folks. We done. Let them do what they do. Man, look here. As soon as they told us to stand up, they rushing. We looking at them. They beating him. Police standing back. They ain't really getting in it. They letting them whoop him. Dude started talking. Man, I wasn't trying to get y'all. I was trying to get the police. I said, oh, he done told his ass now. Oh, because when they take him in the back, they finna beat him. I'm talking, when I say they finna beat him, they finna beat him. Now, I know y'all might want to hear all this stuff about, they took him to the back and they didn't do this and do that, or they shouldn't have done this and they shouldn't have done that. But I'm going to keep it real with you. When they took him to the back, we heard about it. They done put hands on him back here. Because there ain't no telling how many times the police done drunk the piss. You know what I'm trying to tell you? Ain't no telling how many times he done that. Ain't no then when he get back there, then he start telling about the other dudes that done it. I said, man. And that's one time I said, look here, man. I said, I'm through with these chow halls. I ain't drinking nothing else in these chow halls as long as I'm still in the penitentiary other than water. That's just that on that, man. You don't know what kind of people you got up in here. And that's another thing that I want to tell y'all. That's another reason I did this episode. Because you got all types of people in here that got all kind of hatred built up in their heart. Hatred built up in them. And they find ways to take it out in a passive-aggressive way. See, they're not bold enough to come up in your face and tell you they don't like you. They'll do stuff like this dude did to try to hurt you. And then come to find out they say this dude had hepatitis or something. You feel me? So now they testing everybody. They tested me too. I'm going to keep it real, y'all. They tested me too. I was negative. I'm good. But I'm sitting here saying to myself, man, all it takes is one time. All it takes is one time for somebody like that to do something to the food and it's over with. But that's the one time, y'all, I wanted to drop that on y'all. That's the one time, man, where the police, they was in line with, you know what I'm saying, what was going on. They didn't even intervene. They let us put feet, hands, and elbows all over dude. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not advocating that. I'm not on that. You feel what I'm saying? But this is back in the day. That was one of them times, man, where, you know, I think that sometimes you got to get a little physical with people like that. But again, at the end of the day, this lifestyle here, the people in it, be careful, y'all. If you think this is the lifestyle that you want to live, be careful. Because you never know who you're around. You never know what's really in their hearts. You never know. You never know. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. And I say peace, y'all.